Are you thinking about buying a condo in Vancouver? Well, here are 7 costly mistakes that could ruin your purchase and how to avoid them. So stick around, you'll save time, money, and stress while making one of the biggest decisions of your life. So Vancouver's condo market is notorious for being extremely competitive, complicated, and expensive. One wrong move can cost you thousands. So here are 7 mistakes that smart buyers avoid to make the right choice this year. My name is 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒. I'm a top producing realtor here in the Greater Vancouver area. If you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe. So mistake number 1, ignoring the strata documents. This is a mistake on so many levels. Your costs and strata fees could skyrocket if there's poor financial planning or hidden repairs. So imagine buying a condo and suddenly you owe $20,000 for a leaky roof. Or completion rolls around and you can't get insurance for, I don't know, maybe it's a leaky condo. So many things can go wrong, but this can all be avoided if you read the strata documents. And I've reviewed dozens and dozens of strata documents. They can be extremely long and overwhelming, hundreds of pages with financial statements, a bunch of numbers, engineering reports. So it is really important to hire a professional, a realtor, to help review these documents in case you don't understand. It is worth every penny. When we are reviewing documents, we're using AI, we're using a peer review system, anything we can use to help understand the strata documents and make sure our clients understand them as well. Again, the most important step, that's why this is number 1. All right, number 2 is understanding monthly strata fees. So oftentimes when buyers are looking to purchase a property, they're looking at their monthly mortgage costs, but they're not considering all the other fees on top of that. One of the biggest fees is going to be your strata fees. Higher strata fees can eat into your monthly budget and actually reduce the amount you can borrow significantly. Meaning, if you want to purchase a home with a high strata fee, you may not be able to afford as much. So don't overlook your other monthly fees outside of your mortgage payments like insurance, utilities, property tax, and then obviously your strata fees. When you're looking at strata fees, it's important to compare them across similar buildings and assess the amenities and other things you're actually paying for. So for example, if your strata has a really nice pool or full-time concierge, that'll lead to a big bump in your strata fees, but are these amenities really worth the cost? Are these things that you're actually going to use? What exactly are your strata fees going towards, and are you actually going to benefit from them? All right, mistake number 3, not researching the building's age and condition. So older buildings may require more repair and lack modern features. For example, a building from the 90s could look beautiful if it's well maintained or if your unit was recently renovated, but it could hide major plumbing or electrical issues that were common during that time period, or building components that have deteriorated over time and is due for replacement. So the solution to this, and what intelligent buyers are doing, is asking to review what is called a depreciation report. So what is a depreciation report? This is a report that the strata will pay an engineering company to produce. The engineering company will have their engineers come in, review all the building's major building components, everything from the roof and the cladding to the plumbing and electrical, and everything in between. And they'll summarize all their findings in a report. And what you're going to see is the condition of these components at the time of review, and also the life expectancy of the item, whether it needs to be repaired after X number of years or completely replaced. And along with this, they'll have a projected cost. So looking at this report, you can see the condition of all the building components and project what the cost will look like for you and the strata down the road, whether it's something that needs to be replaced 10 to 15 years down the road or potentially next year. So newer doesn't always mean better. Older buildings make sense for a lot of buyers, but understanding the building's condition will help you plan for future costs. All right, mistake number 4 is focusing on price but not location. Buying a cheaper condo in a bad location can hurt your resale value down the road. Not only this, if you're planning to occupy the unit, it can have a big effect on your lifestyle as well. So yes, sometimes buyers are looking at it like, I saved $20,000 on my purchase price, but now they could be an hour away from work, they can't use their balcony because they're right on a busy road and it's way too loud, and they have no amenities nearby, etc., etc., etc. So sometimes your overall savings is not reflective of how much value you get when you purchase a unit. In other words, it's not about how much you spend, it's what you get for the money you spend. So it's important to prioritize neighborhoods that reflect your needs. One thing I always tell the buyers that I work with is focus on the things you can't change. It happens all the time where a buyer will walk into a beautiful unit, it's newly renovated, everything is nice and clean, they can move in right away, and it's a really good price. But when you zoom out, the neighborhood is terrible, no nearby amenities, no access to transit, you're right beside train tracks. You need to focus on things you can't change. You can always change the way your unit looks on the inside, but you can't change where it is. You can't change what building it's in. Oftentimes you can't change the layout. When you're purchasing real estate, you're purchasing the things you can't change. So in summary, think long term, the location will impact your condo's value greatly and how much it appreciates in the future. Mistake number 5 is not checking the strata rules and bylaws. So this is a mistake because buyers assume they can do whatever they want with their unit, but when you purchase a unit in a strata, you have to abide by the rules and bylaws. An example of this is, let's say you heard from your friend that Airbnb your condo unit will net you a ton of money and help you with your mortgage. So here in BC, there's a high chance you can't Airbnb or have short-term rental in that unit, and you could be stuck with a bigger payment or a unit that is not cash flowing that you thought would. So it's important to review the strata bylaws before you commit to purchasing a unit. Confirm any restrictions, whether it's rental or pets. Some buildings are really limiting or they'll ban things entirely. So review the rules and bylaws and make sure there's nothing that will impact your overall use or enjoyment of the property. Mistake number 6 is forgetting about future development plans. Now this could be a mistake on a lot of different levels. On a physical level, your view may be obstructed down the road. You might have a beautiful mountain view just for a condo to pop up 5 years down the road. And that would be a shame, especially if you're paying a premium for that view. But it's also important to research city development plans nearby because not all projects are made equally. So of course, it's important to research city development plans and look at the OCP, that's the official community plan. This is a document that the municipality has to produce. It outlines their initiatives, but more importantly, it outlines the zoning and what they intend to use the different parts of the city for. So make sure you know what the city's plans are, development plans. Make sure none of those things are going to affect your use of the property, or maybe you want to avoid unwanted projects. For example, the SkyTrain is coming down Fraser Highway. Maybe you want to be close to the station so you can benefit from improved transit access, and avoid the parts of the train station where you're not close to a station but you're close to the tracks and it's loud and it sucks. So like in the last point, location really affects the value of your property. So if you're working with a realtor, make sure to ask them to double check zoning, construction updates, and the city's plans down the road. All right, last mistake, mistake number 7, skipping a pre-approval for your mortgage. This is the first and arguably the most important step because none of the things can happen if you don't have a mortgage pre-approval, especially in the Vancouver real estate market where everything moves so fast. Without a pre-approval, you can end up wasting a ton of time and miss out on your dream condo. So sellers want to work with serious buyers. If you're not ready, they're going to move on to someone who is. So reach out to a mortgage broker, get your pre-approval. This way you know exactly what you can afford, and every time you walk into an open house or a showing, you can confidently know that you can afford this unit and you're not wasting your time. And if you actually like it, you can act quickly and beat out all the other buyers that are not pre-approved. So buying a condo is a big investment, but avoiding these 7 mistakes will set you up for success. From reviewing strata documents and planning for future costs, being informed now will save you thousands of dollars down the road. Which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Were you a victim of any of these? Or do you have your own tips, maybe some mistakes that I missed? Let me know in the comments. If this was helpful, subscribe for more videos just like this. I do a lot of market updates as well, so be sure to check out those. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.